What does it mean to be a musician right now? After all, you've got to be the artist, the creator, the songwriter, the producer, the manager, the business person, the marketer, the social media content creator. The list goes on and on. It's such a tough balance. I've been a musician for over 25 years and I've worked with literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of musicians. So today we're going to talk about my 12 rules for musicians. So before we get started, if you're new to the channel, then hit that old subscribe button because we're doing this all of the time. But more importantly, if you have seen any of my videos, then it would really mean the world to me if you could hit that like button, because the YouTube algorithm is getting tougher by the day and that little boop goes a long way. Boop. Cheers. My first rule for musicians is don't compare yourself to others. A very difficult one to start with, but if you don't, this can be a downward spiral in your mental health. After all, this is your journey. This is your music. This is your songs. This is your adventure. On top of that, you don't know the position of the person that you're comparing yourself against. You don't know how they feel. You don't know how they got there. You don't know their circumstance and whether it was easy or whether it was hard. Social media makes it very easy for us to just take a snapshot and not get the full story behind it. Oh, look how great they're doing, not knowing their financial help or their financial background. Oh, look how happy that they look, not realizing that they might be absolutely in pieces every single day trying to figure out the social media, comparing themselves to others just the same way as you are too. The reality is, if you are chasing to keep up, then this is not a journey. This is not an adventure. These aren't your experiences or your opportunities. All that's happening is you are looking at numbers and you are looking at other people feeling inferior. And at that point, all of the fun is going to be taken away. And if you think about it, this is why you got into this. You did this for fun, so you could write, produce and put out your own music, your own songs, go on your own gigs, go on your own tours, meet all of these great people and have your adventures. The next time you pull up the gram or TikTok and you see someone and think, oh, they're doing so much better than me, just think, maybe they've got a rich family member, or maybe they've got someone who gave them that lucky leg up. And if not, great, well done for them. Fuck them. They're doing their own thing. This is about you and your journey. And this brings me nice and neatly onto number 2, which is this is about the journey and not the destination. We get so caught up in getting to a certain place. The problem with this mentality is it never comes. We start thinking to ourselves, oh, if I could just get to that 1,000 number on Instagram. And then you hit 1,000 followers and think, actually, that's not quite enough. Maybe I need 10,000. And you hit the 10,000 and then you think, actually, it was probably more like 100,000. And you get to the 100,000, you can see it's going to be 1 million. You can see it's going to be 5. You can see it's, I'm not going to be happy until, I'm not going to be happy until. And then you get there. Are you happy? No. So unless you're thinking about the journey and the opportunities, and more importantly, the experiences and enjoying those experiences, this is going to be a tough ride. Stop using phrases like, it will be okay when, and I'll be happy if. Because all we're going to do is we are pushing off the now into the future. And all that means is we are not appreciating and enjoying the amazingness of being an artist, being a musician, being a songwriter, going out and having these experiences today, right now. Number 3, learn how to tell stories. After all, stories aren't just for your socials, although that is a massive help when you're growing your socials. Stories are in your lyrics, they're in your improvisation, they're in your gigs and your tours. The stories are not just there to happen, the stories are there to be told. A great story is an asset in your socials, but a great storyteller, now that's an asset to everybody. After all, we go on our social media and we're just looking for things to entertain us. And what better than a great story? A picture with a great story, a video with a great story, lyrics with a great story. In my opinion, storytelling is the backbone of marketing and how you actually get your name out there. Storytelling is the way that you start to build your audience. So start becoming a great storyteller. Number 4, and my personal favorite, don't be a dick. Now this one shouldn't even need to be said, but you'd be surprised. There's so many dicks in the music industry and there's so many dicks as musicians. But why? The problem with this is it takes a very short amount of time to build a reputation, and it takes a very, very short amount of time for you to knock that reputation down. And everybody remembers if you're a dick. In fact, word travels faster if you're a dick than if you're actually a nice person. When it comes to the don't be a dick rule, you never know who you're working with. You never know who you're in a room with. If you're at college, you never know who you are sat next to and who that person will go on to become. And if they're just thinking, yeah, but when I'm successful, I'm never going to work with you. You're a total douchebag. That will be for life. When you're on a gig, you're helpful. That means to the venue, to the staff, to the sound engineers, to the other musicians, to the other bands, because everybody remembers a dick. And this is a smaller industry than you think. Number 5, play every day. The best advice I can give to a musician who wants a long-term successful career is, if you're the best, that really, really helps. If you're better than everyone else, that is a selling point. That's a USP. If you want that career that everyone's jealous of, that you're touring, that you're getting asked to these opportunities, and everyone's saying, wow, I wish I could do that, then you need to be respectful, because everybody wants that. So therefore, if you want that, you need to be respectful and put the work in. And if you're putting the work in and the practice in and you're playing every day, there is more chance that you will improve, you will get better, people will see you, and those opportunities will arise. Number 6, every gig is a reputation builder. Wherever you work, do the best job that you can. It doesn't matter whether you're at a pub gig, you play like you're at a stadium. It doesn't matter whether this is a freebie, you play like this is the biggest payer of your life, because reputations are built fast and everyone will see. Everyone will know when you turn up and just go, it's only a pub gig. No, it's only a freebie. That goes a long way. Whereas if you turn up and you say, I don't care, because this makes me better than everybody else, and I only have to be 1% better than everybody else with 1% better work ethic and 1% better mindset, and all of a sudden, I'm better. I'm better than everybody else, and that reputation will fly. When it comes to building a reputation, be careful of that reputation that you grow. These things don't go unnoticed. So if you're turning up late, or if it feels like you're not bothered, people will know that, and that word will spread. Number 7, parents are there to keep you safe. The same as close friends. So be very careful of the advice that you take. These people, they care about your feelings. They don't want to see you get hurt. The problem is, they're also not going to kick your ass. They're not going to say, no, that wasn't good enough. No, you need to work harder at this. So go and find the people who will actually give you that advice. The people say, if you want a career in music, if you want a career in one of the most competitive industries in the entire world, then these are the things that you need to do, and what you're doing at the moment could be improved. Proud parents are amazing to build you up, to say you're doing great, come on, this is fantastic. But you also need to seek out the people who will be real with you, because those people are worth their weight in gold. Number 8, image matters. Oh my God, I wish someone had told me this when I was like 19, 20, 21. I would have got so much more work. While I was there playing 8 hours a day, and I was thinking to myself, it doesn't matter about that stuff, because I'm going to be the best player. And it's all about the playing, it's all about the talent, it's all about the music. Yeah, it is. But it's a fashion-based industry. So those jeans that you wear, they matter. That top that you wear, it matters. That haircut that you have, it matters. That fungusy beard that you have, it matters. The fact that you do or don't go to the gym, it matters. Should it? No. Does it? Yep. Number 9, talent is not enough. Michael Jordan, probably renowned as the greatest basketball player of all time. Did he have the most amount of talent? Well, there's plenty of people with the talent, but he had the mindset. He had the work ethic. He had the determination. He knew that he wanted to be the greatest of all time. And if you took those 3 things away from him, he would have been a great player, of course. Would he have been successful? Absolutely. Would he have been the greatest of all time? Absolutely not. Sadly, over the years, I have seen thousands of talented musicians fall by the wayside. Are they talented? Absolutely. But if you don't have that work ethic and that mindset, that determination, then it's very, very difficult to compete. So always remember, yes, I'm talented, but I have to have more, because I have to compete on a level with some amazingly talented musicians who also have that mindset and that determination. Number 10, don't overestimate people's imagination. This is one of my top rules. I love this one. People don't have an imagination.
With Imagination. I can be anything I want.
A starfish!
Patrick, you're already a starfish.
See, Squidward, it works!
And you can't just explain something, you have to show them. You have to make them feel it. When you say to someone, come to our gig, most people are thinking, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What am I going to feel like when I'm there? And you have to show them this. You can't just put a picture on social media that just says, come on down, it's going to be fun. What does fun mean? Same thing if you want a manager. The manager's going to be thinking, okay, I can manage you, but what do I get? What does it look like? What am I picking up? What does it feel like? Same thing if you want a live agent. Okay, I can get you some gigs, but what's it going to look like when I put you on those gigs? What's it going to feel like? What are the people going to do? Are they going to enjoy it? Are they going to walk out? Just because you say that you're good, that means nothing to me. We have to prove it. We have to make sure people can see it and their imagination goes, oh, I understand now. At that point, then they'll make the right decision. Number 11, irreplaceable is expensive. Don't be good enough to do a job. Everyone's good enough to do the job. Be so good that you can't be cut, that someone can't afford to lose you, because then you have the leverage. At which point, not only are more opportunities coming, but this is how you climb the ladder. And a surefire way to stay at the same level year in, year out is be good enough to do the job, because there are billions of people and there are millions of musicians that are good enough. Now, what does that mean? It means there's possibly extra strings to your bow. Yeah, of course I can do some BVs. Driving, yeah, I can drive. I've got a car. I can take responsibility. I can do some socials. I can sort out the PA for you. All of these things mean you are taking steps up the responsibility ladder and people are looking at you thinking, oh, I can't lose you. You are very, very important. And that means you're not good enough. It means you can't be lost. And number 12, which is a tough one, go where the work is. If you want the treasure, you need to go where it says X marks the spot. So if you're in an area saying, yeah, there's no work around here, you need to move. If you're on a social media platform saying there's no organic reach, you need to move. If you can't find a good studio, you need to move. If you can't find musicians to work with after trying time and again, you need to move. If you can't find those opportunities, you need to move. And that doesn't necessarily mean physically move. It means you might need to change things, because unless you're going to the place where the treasure is, you're expecting the treasure to find you. And that is really, really difficult. Remember, in 10 years' time, you can look back and you can say, oh, I would have been successful if it wasn't for these things. Or right now, you can change those things so that you are successful in 10 years' time. People think this music industry is about luck, and whilst there are lucky breaks, this is less about luck than you think. This is where preparation meets opportunity, which means you are prepared for every opportunity that comes along. So, if you are serious about your career, then why not come and check out DK Music Business Academy? The link is in the description below. It's got 50 plus hours of courses, including the 8-hour roadmap to 1 million streams on Spotify. I also do live sessions every single week. There's a community of amazing like-minded musicians from all over the world. And if you are releasing music, it's also got Sonar, which is a database of playlist curators that you can get in touch with. But more importantly, tell me your rules for being a musician. The things that you've learned over the years. Give me it in the comments. The next video I can do, I can make it the 13 or the 14 or the 15 rules for musicians. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button. It really, really does make a difference. Come and be a part of this community. I'll see you again soon.